Kwaba say oje bre ema ye twa ye ho hima ebae afa je bre ne tie kase animu entwemu ankasa
ye bonra eye kase no ankasa entwemu dia na ye de yeni etwemu e wo Chamber of Oil Marketing Companies ye twa wontie fe won COMC ebenifo e de nsem bi atu eja wonsema wo kyemu nyina ene say sisi ano eyade afango bo no e ba beti na akofom na ekofom de na se kwakogina ohanchechemu no enan ani echiripo enum saso ena eba no eye LPG mechire from eja ye didi dwuma ewo ye fiefie do emu mechire gas no eno so enkane na ejina ohanchechemu miensa ani echiripo enkrom na so sanya wode nyoma etotototo na kwanso na match busumi emu sanya eye pricing window no etumi aba fom no eyade eno no bekwakogina ohanchechemu miensa ani echiripo enwochi wochire mu sei woya sanya ma we nyina sanya ebebo matememufo ho ahenhan won eni ntini se de na se ba wo setememufo bomodin de wo hufodi mu se de so na eba wo setememufo di odo esom sanya ebebo amanyoma akọ enkan eni ntini pedifo ni nsamchofo echiche enkomo no ena wode sansem we nyina etu eja wo chire mu sei match busu media ya ti asem de mframeja ena afefa ngwa edidi dwuma no eyade asisi ano etumi ehwan aba efo
se ehwan aba from dia na ye de ani etwemu award Ghana Private Road Union na yetwanitia efrene JPRTU for ahye abanframa mu se Ghana ye lorry fresh no ye betutumu etie ye fa ne sese ye 1 cedi ye tumu de akọ 2 cedi eno ana empanimfo de ensem bi ababetudwa se wo sra Ghana fo se sansem yimu omunim ho hwe sei ana empanimfo etwemu efaye.
First of all, GPRTU is not aware of what is going on. GPRTU is not part of this group. This group, they are politically motivated group. I spoke to their national PRO. He confirmed to me that they are doing it because of they want to be heard. They want the minister to call them. And because, how can you tell me? Last year, dollar went to 17 cedi. Peppers went up. Now dollar is 15.5, 15.8. So can you say that because dollar is coming down, so means that the peppers need to be increased? No. Peppers the price is coming down rather because the dollar is coming down. And the government has not implemented any tax, has not imposed any tax on peppers or import duty. So how can peppers goes up? Meanwhile, they just read budget last week. It's still in the parliament debating. So how can you tell me because of the government did not mention anything or didn't mention any tax on petroleum? It did not mention anything concerning import duty on peppers. So technically, peppers will go up. So we need to use the dollar. No, that is not true. So their claim is false, propaganda, mischievous. They have an agenda. They want to discredit this government because of the goodwill this particular government is enjoying. Because of the budget is 90% solid. That's the reason why they are doing this. And we are saying that nobody should listen to them. Just these people, just ignore them because they cannot increase welfare using peppers as a yardstick to use the because of the goodwill this particular government is enjoying. Because of the budget is 90% solid. That's the reason why they are doing this. And we are saying that nobody should listen to them. Just these people.
Yemfree asentuade ho ensem esoda fe yemfa yeni enchemu ewo Dr. George Kufudampare akache yeni enim se na woche ababesen ekoedie Dr. George Kufudampare police sahene eye enkane no wamfa na hongore sokra ni nyina ene se Ghana mampeni wo ya mambra no emu no wogina ne tumi yi eso edi eyi obifoforo edi no ababehye IGP eye anan na eno enampenifo awodro bebre no a abon mbontene ababe kasa edi afa ho eni DSP set down so or no Western Regional Director at the Motor Traffic and Transport Department MTTD openino echiremwa Dr. George Kufudampare wa bonu homodin ye papa wa bra empenifo yi no amanu beye police sahene ewo police dom no emu no wa ya de papa titun ne ensema sabe na esisi manchia hodro no obonan na wakwakopiam ewo ho na fe no wetumi aso ohaw no ano se bleach bi na ebesia opani no ebomodin ekọ no kwakwa so ano nanso no den na Ghana mampani ye ade oyi opani ne oji ne dibre no edi free no ensa no o kire mu opani na bon homodin ye papa dimpa de weja edi ato wo sane ampanifo kase dimpa yesi ahonya no ade Dr. George Kufu Dampare wa bon homodin pa ene wa ye adwuma so edi ama police adwumekuo no ena afeti memuni eni nti dani den nyina ade Dr. George Kufu Dampare obeda timemufo akoma na wondin ana opani ni din no ebeda timemufo ano abribia
ye free ora Dampare ensem ne so na ye de ani atwemu ewo anwemu mbabnu ewo honom ene assemblyman ewo honom akasa wamo kasa ya wamo kan nyina ene se anwem DA basic school B school no dino chese enyenyenyenye de oni ho de sebi enka baby omu beja omo nan so chese school nyan so a na baby omu beja omo nan so ho so womu enya baby omu beja omo nan enti womu srepa ye se aban emfa entwa omani emehwe womu na mofra wo honom no omu breye suku no kura womu wa classroom omu suade no obete ka shiridi nyame anya adoma na akobo abofra bi empo ebitimi ka nitimi bi ebitimi bo abofra bi ema ne to nanom ewonsie do eno nti wo srese Ghana mampani entwa nani emehwe womu na womu brepa
ne maso vote bi me wa wo mesika kaji kan wa vote kan me ne abapawa abatuni onaka yawo mo wanu sisi lo wa nga abroye se mo ji lokoji osepa mi no anu ngemu yo jonwo de no ji no ko manaka o gan la ka ya lokoji no mo ba ne ba jo lo wa je sisi no wa nga ni chu ko ne amra lo ne naka wa nga ni chu ko ne ba so no ne kan yawo
ye ni textbooks wa ha usha teachers no omo bre ansa na mo try ade yeso omo my homework a omega say go share books na ye ni bia de be sua ade nti fact ye wa ha no na ye ni insuo so wa ha insuo na wa ha no ye tu amna sa na ye benya insuo amna no insuo no inchini bebre wo I say inchini insuo nti edware na ye ho nyina keka ye
we don't have toilet to shit in, and then sometimes the children go out and then shit around the schools. And also we are facing challenges that is we don't have library.
We need public toilets in the school because our public toilet in the school has poor. When the children need to go to toilets, they have to go to the bush before they can release themselves. And on the compound too, because it is not fenced, the vehicles have been passing through the school. So the noise of the vehicle, they disturbs us, especially when we are learning. And some hit the children in the school too.
In public toilets, also.
Ahwemu na fe ye ni nchemu osamfufuro emudi a mrahyebeje fie na mecha utia kwakopiewu ewo ho ye ko ho de acha mehene wo ho Alban Sumana Kingsford Backben abomodin din sembi atu eja nini na NSA wa paw abejukuo sa abejukuo no wo ba be ye inhyehyemu ni enti a 4th Republic we na wo hye eye 9th Parliament wo hye nyoma bi a ekoso ewo ho mentem wase penche bebre kokko na sabenkofo eton sab edemu na munankofo no openi no ekyeremu a ano ohye ano nam eni ntini obeye ense ono eni entumi enhia enwoma ni nyina no eni nti emu benya so obete obedwokuo eni nti sa obedwokuo a wodo ati eyade a wono ba hye ama wo mambo nsem no etumi akoso afa nentima pa yie pa e wo mrahye bedwa fie ho sei ena right honorable Alban Sumana Kingsford Backben odi 2 eja.
There remain certain challenges that need to be addressed. One of these challenges is to secure the parliamentary enclave to ensure that safety and security of members and staff. It's been a very worrying matter for Parliament for some time now. We are actually very insecure here. We are not safe. And sometimes people can jump in and attack members and staff. And anytime there's an attempt to apprehend them, they scale over the wall and you can't get them because the forest is just close by. This is vital in achieving uninterrupted and effective functioning of Parliament. I believe the 9 board will work assiduously to make this a reality. I am confident that this board would add onto the already improved work environment to encourage hard work, dedication, and excellence. While I commend majority of the staff for the hard work, the board still has to address issues related to some members of staff.
Openia oda edom kumano ano awasanso eye omo chechefo edia wajeso eye Alexander Afenyo Markin openi ne ede ensembi atuja ensema wo kanyina ene se adesredia baako a wo sere se ene de ono de ompe bibia na mum ade a wo peni hospital Wamu embomodia ensi new hospital emfama mrashe bedwafo na sede ebeya enkoba ne se obi ayare na ehia se ewo se ayarehwe no deni se yede ne ekọ ekrofoforo so na emumu no ewo se Ghana haya no omutimi je ayarehwe emanipa no ehoto no na osanso ejina mu esan ka se bambo sem de eya na ehu hia ne pa enu nti ade mienu pe na wo hwehwe free mrashe bedwafie ne nyina ene se hospital a wo mo hododo wo mo a omo betumi akọ na enkoba ne se wo mu tu kwan akobroni kromu ene sika twitwiridie na emomu Ghana haya omo ebetumi asa wo no mo ho yare se ne be ya temamufuo no wona omo nsem wo bi no omo nso so omo ho ka omo betumi aba wo san so sere se bambo ho nsem no empanifuo emfangu akwan mu pa na hu hia.
The Speaker, there are two things that I look forward to seeing happen in the 9th Parliament. One, a hospital for Parliament. If it does happen, in accordance with your vision, it will be a great milestone. We are a political class. Our health issues are to be known within certain confines. Because of confidentiality and all, people travel abroad at great cost for medical support. I believe if we are able to deal with this, it will help. So, Speaker, you've also talked about security. Indeed, when I visited the House, the British Parliament, the Commons, even within the chamber, there is enhanced security. Here in the public gallery, anybody at all can throw anything at a member of Parliament, and there is no security. So, Speaker, I am therefore looking forward to enhance security in the chamber, and at least to depart from this old infrastructure, though it's fit for purpose, we can begin a conversation for a new chamber.
Yadieni Echemu ewo Ghana Ports and Harbors Authority. Penin Kwanchofo ono eye Acting Director General eni Ora Brigadier General eye Posedu Kulenu. Openino ede atu eja ochiremu se. Nanse no na ohye eye sene wo kra neoma different nkofo nkroso. Anankofo kra wo neoma ede bano a eto bebrenu a na edededa ho eka no so ye chichiri die pa. Eni ntini sene ono na kwakoye Penin Kwanchofo da so ye no ano no. Oba be ma neoma han sane ebebo mankofo ene won edija na aboama Ghana ye dwumedi a ye di se ye kra ne o mefri ye man mu di akobi man so na won so wokra wo de ba ye man no mu no emu etumi ahen han na sikasem no esu ebetumi ehan aboa ama ejadie ho nsem no etumi afa na ntuma pa no efra.
We'll also do our best so that you as importers and exporters, as much as possible, the cost of doing business here will not increase. Also, in line with His Excellency's agenda of 24-hour economy, as much as possible, we have had meetings with SEPs especially, and now we are going to engage our stakeholders, and I'm sure we will be engaging you to see how best we can come together and plan the implementation of the 24-hour policy here, so that the costs that is normally associated with what demurrages and other things, which can be prevented, are prevented in the end to reduce the cost of doing business here. So don't be surprised if we start calling you to have meetings or your comments or how best we can work together in the implementation of the policy. I'm sure if we are able to reduce the cost of doing business, I don't think there'll be the need for increment, because if the cost of doing business is high, that is when we are also sometimes compelled to raise the tariff. So as much as possible, we will do our best to see how best to put in measures in order. I'm not saying we will not, but as much as possible to do whatever it takes to ensure that the cost of doing business here doesn't go up.
Is the way forward.
Openi Julius Korte Edenani Echiremu Ewogamanche Asiye na efutu agamanche edekoma ni nyina ene se wakwakoye penia ye ne se ombomodiana onhwe se obi eba beje license a wonhwe na bibia deda na akwanmu ansa na wo de license no amano ye gamanche ebomodia etu openi ifo se wonhwe na bibia enna na akwanmu peri yo emra ansa na wo de license amano enkoba se ebia na mate etwi driver ene ni mate drive na driver na bra one handle car no emfa ma mate no na mate ni entwi eba ne saa ede akwanhia ena eba eno nti wonhwe na eniema djuma omode ahye ne nsa no onhwe so obeya ne saa se de ebeya akwanhia no ehso ebeti
tabuka wona
ya ega fenche elumo dueno
ni old machine amambo fe
ba fani ni ke old machine ga amambo fe
ni okwe ni anukwale atuni ya DBL
ko ni anukwale atuni ya DBL
bibi san ji onisani okwe ho ni okokura ji be me ke boni ame driver ke ha toni kudomo akasio MP yani amekase lodge gwa no ba kwa amena driver's license ko ye mate no ba kwa driving and can be ne sani okwe no ke be security services achaya ni nyekwe ni many few na kan no German no ana me wa yen kem kokudo choni e be me awala ye edin na kan ni ame wala edin be sani na kan mo ele no fe mo dupa ewo fe yode
fe yode
obi tumoda fe be no asha shike ba bi ene o abo to
of the view that I should do what is right to correct such wrongs. So there are a lot of initiatives we are bringing on board as DVLA. And I think the king is so and very intelligent and wise to know what we are doing and how we can also champion the interest to safeguard our roads. Our roads need to be safe. I always say that it's not only people who are coming that needs to be trained. Those of us on the road must again be trained. If you look at the way driving goes on our roads, it's not the best. I have the mandate of making our roads safer. So it is in order for him to call that someone learns, he becomes a truck mate today. Tomorrow you see him with a car. He thinks he knows how to drive, but may not have the prerequisite skills that qualifies him to drive on our streets. So we put measures. Measures are already in place. We just have to enforce our laws to make sure such occurrences don't come again, don't repeat itself again. First thing, we are changing the number plate system. The BP plates at the port, we are changing to a sticker. It will not be a sticker form. What happens is that most of them at the port do illegal fake BP plates. So revenue shortage is over there. We have a situation whereby customs will they've released about 6,000 cars out. But when DVLA comes with their report, it's 1,008 or 2,000. Shortfalls of 400 goes on over there. But with the sticker in place, there's a dashboard. You cannot go and you cannot have it illegal. When you want to take it off and put other one there, it's not possible. So, I mean, a lot of things are coming on board. We're also going to open our Adenta branch, the new branch.
Free government chani tekite kochu ensama oditu eja edema DVLO pedido na fe yeni entremu ewo Office of the Special Prosecutor OSP kin ora kisi eja ben yeni enim se bosumi ababa sen ekodo eyade na odi nkane fotosamfo a na ohye omansika sem esu ora kenofoyata edin koka eye wanted list no ehun se opedido wo bra na owo abemu no sike bi fifa ne nsase na mabi ankoso yenti kodu enum ena wo bo modern di bo opedino eno no nam so ama openini kire mu anifia na owo mu no ayade enkofo kofa eye nkrata ahodo na wode ba anifie se wode ba behwehwehwe eye bebi a ote ewo cantonment na wobrok wo mu koye no ayade omankwankoto owura kanofowi atane wetia ne nechi eko eye kwesi bro ne kromu a okwa akwaji ayarehwe na okoyo koto ne security na afi ne nkofo bi ewo ho a wode nkrata no ema no nanso eye owura kanofowi ata echiremu a senior OSP ne nimpenimfo ye niema no enche ye kra afema no ode tu eja say ayade obeba eniti no sanko wo hye nanim ma obepiemu ewo manga na emu nanso ne ntie onya ye ene say aye nkofo bi sharp osifo atade asoja fo ntade na ebi nso hye fie ntade wo ye dunum ene wo ko ye opani no afie na afi omukọ ne kitchen no makọ ne bedroom no mu biebie ne wardrobe ene nyoma wodro no mu ye omasanso e video eno ne kocha ne Nsroma kro opani no antra nsemi eso ochire say Office of the Special Prosecutor egunu fi ani nti ono so tebiri nsem no de akwakodan high court say won fatabo no enfanto OSP so senior be ya on declare no wanted ebiewu na afi no nkofo OSP ichire mu say enye ono na esu mo ko owura kenoforiata efie no eno so nhihye mu no osius ankofo ni nyina eno na OSP dia bambonti no ochire mu say so owura kenoforiata de kokoto se wan fa kokoto wa ma na akwa Jumbusum ne de tosumienu let us say wa mambe piemu ewo eye OSP atna ya ayade akwan bia obefa so bia obechi opedino ana obesan so declare no wanted bio na we no wode eye measures bi de egun so bia ne nsabe so ne mu no obetumi edi openino aba eye Office of the Special Prosecutor ora kisi ejaben atna he ya ko ensemfufuro mu dia na ye ni etwemu ewo Jubilee House Ghana Mampani Akache wa bra wone fire service mpanifo edi ehyiemu ewo hono opani no echiremu a fire ejahyehe no akoso yie pa enu ti sane wabomoden a Apam acting chief Mami Daniela Mausi ento sapon se wonfa niama enwu akwanmu no wo ahye Ghana fo nyina ese sade wapa o ma me no ma me enso so ebehye sade enkobase ejahyehe no ebesanso amani musu biemu opani ni chiremu a ejahyehe no amanipa bebre na ahwere wo majapade nipa bebre na nso so adofo akọ na wo nkyeda enka ye ya odi last year ejahyehe nko a o recover ye nyina 6436 enu ntino wabomoden ahye Ghana fo nyina bose odi ne nan ebesi fem se ne be ya enkobase ejahyehe no ebesanso amani musu biu.
Turning rise in fire incidents nationwide. Homes have been reduced to rubble, businesses have been devastated, and essential infrastructure severely damaged. Families have lost their livelihoods, and in some heartbreaking instances, lives have been tragically cut short. These fires not only inflict significant personal and economic suffering, but also place immense pressure on our emergency response systems. Last year alone, 6,436 fire incidents were recorded, underscoring the urgent need for a fire service that is well equipped, proactive, and responsive. And therefore, the Acting Chief Fire Officer, Daniela Mausi Ntosapong, as Chief Fire Officer, your leadership must focus on prevention through public education, emergency response readiness, and strict enforcement of fire safety regulations. Fire audits must be effective and safety laws enforced without compromise. You have my full assurance that this administration will provide every necessary resource to ensure that the Ghana Fire Service is well equipped to protect lives and property. As indicated, I know the fire service have been crying for that for a long time.
Me awasa ensem no esuni enji edwatonde embrasisi.
Se upese o join Apam prayer line na nhihye wei e na ubedi so ni edi kan ubehia Android phone ubetumi edi akọ Play Store e na afen so ukita Apple phone na eno nso ubekọ App Store na wa download di free conference call app no afe wemia click on get started no so eno ebie ewie no ubehu no wo onsani fa so e wo esro se join na eno nso wa click so na ediwewura conference call app no eso ehono die ebebisa wo meeting ID enunti na wabo numbers a edidi suwe 559 671 2837 fe na wa click wo join meeting ne so wawie ni saa no ebebisa wo edin ana phone number wo de beko app ne so na fe wa click join na fe ebusa wo se wo de wifi ana se data ene beko so de wo be use no na wa select na fe akonecto ede wako wiase afa na nyina empire bontentai kase no so akodi empire ede atwitwaje wo ho ene wo ma enyina meda wase se wa join yen conference call app nyame nshi
akwa aba chinchirinche se ukan ye hu ema yetwa ye hu sima afi jebre ni yeto aso
ya kwa kopie mu ewo mrahye beja efie na ba beto eja se ho huru papa yie ni nyina ene se enkan soafo a na ohye obade nsase ene ne depa eso ora abuji na po ena afi environment minister ene ora Muntali Mohammed eya de pedofo die sie ni nyese ye ntokwa na emom eye kasa we kan na we aka ni nyina ene se sa LI 2462 meche legislature instrument ebeda mrahye beje fie a aban dada eye NPP aban na nkane wompeni ene na nado dankwa ekufu ado ebo modin editu ejam wo yen sakraye ne adnyoma hudro bi ewo mu sane ebebo amafo megudi asabi nkofofo kuntuna se essence nsuru ane obo ade nsase ne niema no obetumi ejai na eno no okopejai ye ede betu mrahye beje fie na wo kire mu se eyade a eye forest reserves no ne se aban no ensase wo no eja ede bo oban no eho bra no eyade nkofo bi pese wo fo kuntuna se ne wo do wo hu kofo mu na fo gudie no wokotu ewumu eno ene dom kuma e wo mrahye beje fie esore ye ena wo kire mu se there be da esan se sa ye legislature instrument LI 2462 review no so wo ba be yen sakraye kra ewumu a e wo se wo kofa enkrofo a na mpanimfo a wono ati nkunja eye aban dada no ebreso na wo betena se na wo nu etumi toato adwen ansa no wo no etumi ayen sakraye ewumu na enso enkoba ne se won kuma na wo mrahye beje fie no eno obeye sa ensakraye no ewo mu sei ena wodi tu eja.
I rise to support the position of the minority leader, the Speaker, on the need for some pre-laying procedure. And the Speaker, the point about this provision being a one-clause provision, Mr. Speaker, really, if you look at the national constitution and you look at the provision of the constitution which vests all mineral rights in the president, Mr. Speaker, and you look at other statutory interventions, Mr. Speaker, the previous government, I had the privilege of being minister. The previous government announced publicly, the Attorney General actually took steps in the course of the 8th Parliament to effect this same amendment. But Mr. Speaker, the point is, The need for this prelaying is all because the submissions made by the Honorable Majority Leader and the Honorable Minister for Education, Mr. Speaker, in some respects, does not contextualize the issue because the President has the right under the National Constitution, under statute, to exercise a discretion for mining to take place in a forest reserve. Mr. Speaker, as we speak today, the 18th of March, Tuesday, mining is happening almost in all the forest reserves of our country. Today.
By your direction, I think that my worry is the comments made by my brother, the former minister for lands, when he indicated that mining is actually going on in the forest area. It's true, but he issued those permits. He issued those permits, and what we are seeking to do.
Abusia wasansem na emu ena edom kase no pania wada wo mu ano Mahama Ayarga odi ensembi tuja say legislative instrument no eye 12462 no Ghana aban ewo adwen efa ho say waka ewo ni trimu say enya de say Ghana ye forest kakra na aka no obema wo bia ho kwan no wakoho no wakwa akotu efom agudie opani no ekire ensem say.
This is a one-clause instrument, just one clause amendment to the regulations, which simply withdraws the powers of the president. Mr. Speaker, there is consensus across the country that this is a matter that should be done. We don't think that any stakeholder engagements will change anything. It is a commitment that this government made to Ghanaians, this president made to Ghanaians, that this power granted to presidents to allow mining in forest reserves, I don't want it. It should be taken away. And he has instructed his minister to come and lay the instrument that takes away the power. Mr. Speaker, there is nothing to discuss about this. A power granted, somebody says, I don't want to exercise the power. Take it away so that I'm not tempted to exercise it. Why do you want to tempt him? Why do you want to keep the law in place? Even by one day, why do you want to keep the law in place? Mr. Speaker, we are already here, and we are clearly not breaching any provision of the Constitution. As he said, it's a practice that we evolved so that when we are in a corner, we can wriggle our way out of it. But in this case, we are very confident about what we are doing. We are clear about the matter, that the president doesn't want the power. He wants it taken away. He doesn't want any money in forest reserves. And he doesn't want the law to stay any additional day beyond where it is now. So, Mr. Speaker, let us lay it. If the committee meets,
Yada swajina mu awo mrashibeja efie na ora Alexander Kwame na Afinyoma Kem eye edom kumano anoba ni deni awo mrashibeja efie openino edensem atu eja endra da wo yekase no esodo eye new IGP Ghana mampeni apawdo eni COP Christian tata yuwunu eye ade openino yekenka ne ho abakosem kakra edi tu eja bebi anasisi ano echa nkofo eyem kra ene se openino aye ejuma wasre ejuma no emu anabambo ejuma no emu no emfi eduanan 40 years na no enampedufo bo modern so openino ensade komra shebe de fie se wo kwa koyi na chere emampenifu ehuwo eno ena ora Afenyoma Kengina simpie so chere mu sei openino na se sei ena wakọ ewa asire ejuma no mu ana ewo bambo ejuma no emu no emfi sei ena wanya de a ena ye de beton chen kakra wo ba begi calculation na wona hye emfi a openino enya.
The minister in his answer took the opportunity to introduce the new IGP. I want to congratulate him on his appointment. Suffice to state that in the statement from the minister responsible for government communications, he told the country that the new IGP has spent 40 years in the service, 40 years as a police officer. So at the right time, we would calculate.
whether he entered at a 20, 19, or 18, his age and all. But he says he stated publicly that the new IGP has spent 40 years in the service. That is just by the way.
Honorable Minority Leader, you are to ask a supplementary question.
Mr. Speaker, I am congratulating him because this is the first time he's introducing him. And then he talked about 40 years in the service. So I'm only doing the mathematics. Whether the IGP is going to retire very soon or what. But, Mr. Speaker, that's beside the point. I want to ask the Minister. The Minister, in his answer, took the opportunity to introduce the new IGP. I want to congratulate him on his appointment. Suffice to state that in the statement from the Minister responsible for government communications, he told the country that the new IGP has spent 40 years in the service, 40 years as a police officer. So at the right time, we would calculate whether he entered at a 20, 19, or 18, his age and all. But he says he stated publicly that the new IGP has spent 40 years in the service. That is just by the way.
Honorable Minority Leader, you are to ask a supplementary question.
Mr. Speaker, I am congratulating him because this is the first time he's introducing him. And then he talked about 40 years in the service. So I'm only doing the mathematics. Whether the IGP is going to retire very soon or what. But, Mr. Speaker, that's beside the point. I want to ask the Minister.
Yankonko piemu asante mantam no ahinko kumase na abrante bia ono enya infinu 28 na ne din ene Samuel Isa eye Abdullahi abrante do eyade ade ho akwakoka ejemu ni nyina ene se na okwakoware na awawie nu emu ena posifo ababekdoa eye abrante no ede na kwakogina embra no enim na chese asem no obedi ye ewo Accra Circuit Court na ensem ni nyina ene se abrante eye Abdullahi chiri nyeme bidugu aben fontentan fidie do eso say odenkofo efri omanu emu meche oman ga na mu de kwa amanone eni nti wo pepa so pese wutu kwan efri oman we mu na wo konkofo enkro sudo wo betumi afre eye number ode ato eye social media no eno na mbaya mense bi ko hu ye wo no tam siketi chiri die ede ko ma abrantie so obeye visa no ede amawo na wo kire mu se sika chiri die wo tabli ye ede ma eye ora Samuel no eye Ghana sika na 352,000 ena wode ma eye abrantie no na wo kire mu se embaba awa no Baku edin ane ohenewa Sarah ena afei Matilda Ayaba woni nan wo ye trader ena afei no business woman baku a oka ho ene eye Aisha Ahmed na sa ensem we ekofode wo a wode se sika twitwiri die ede koma ora Samuel na wo kire mu se wo bra wode sika do ema abrantia no awieye no na wonte ne nka enda wo test abrantia ni message na abrantia na ba reply so wa ye busy o wa ha o kro we nsu no abobo bokura kese e de ama wo na no e na brante ne de to won anim se e ya de ogusu e ye visa no e de ama wo na nso e bedu ba bi na mbaba wa no e kire mu a e ya de wa no epusu orasam wa ahoma no a na wo nya no e no na nam so ma mbaba wa no obi be se omu look smart na wo de koda aposifo e wasante mantam no emu e na afi wo de abrante ni mfo ni to petin se wo hwehwe owura e ye Samuel e ye Abdullahi na wo bra wo ye hwehwemu no awie ye no na afi no abrante no e ware e wasante mantam mu ho a e na aposifo ko so no mu ko a wo de no akọ gina embra no eni e wa Accra Circuit Court a wo ne de ko edumiensa e na wo de abo na wasan chesika chichiri die Ghana sika no emu no 150,000 e de ato abrante ni tisu se onchia se sika we na afi on for guarantors miensa sa guarantors nye nipa ida se ye dan ehyen ana asase bi na mmomba ko bi ehi ewo mu de wo hia ne ntempe ya se ne no no beboa na afi no na wo chimienu bia onbo no ho modern so de ho bekwa kwacha aposifo kopem se wo bedi eye owura Samuel eye Abdullahi ensam no ebio
ama ya rehosempa we obano na wakwa hanekwa
sabe pepe
obano na wakwa eya mus sebi we ya mumyeni enna ho kakra
se na system na ekono obi betumi edupi we anytime onni nipa no kra nipa no betumi edu bone
enti ya mumyeni enna ho kakra ebeboa mepacho ye bomode a akọ ensem fufuro mu dia na ye de ni ebetwemu ewo mrahye bedefie mame abna osei asari ede ensem bi ababetudwa mame ya sema woka nyina ne se abandada ababesen okono na economic growth no na eye kama pa enu nti no eye Ghana ye man Ghana eye oni ya okenkan
Mr. Speaker, just last week, my own friend and brother, Honorable Ato Forsen, came to the House to paint a very gloomy picture of the economy, forgetting that we all live in a global village. And so whatever happens globally also affects Ghana. Mr. Speaker, in the year 2021, the world's economic growth rate declined from 6.3% to 3.2% in 2024. Advanced economies also saw their economies declining from 5.5% in 2021 to 1.7% in 2024. And here comes Ghana, who is also part of the global economy. We saw our economy coming down from the 5.5% in 2021 to 5.7% in 2024. Instead of acknowledging this, you come and then you paint a gloomy picture, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, clearly, Ghana is the envy of the advanced economies and the world at large, with a growth rate of 5.7%. Mr. Speaker, let me remind my brothers on the other side that when they were leaving government in 2016, what was their growth rate? 3.6% against a revised target of 4.1%. Mr. Speaker, when you also go to page 8 of the budget, in page 8 of the budget, the minister acknowledges that inflation is a real concern in the ECOWAS region. And Ghana is also part of the ECOWAS region. And so minister comes here to paint a picture as if Ghana is not part of the ECOWAS region, and we are all trying very hard to tame or bring down inflation.
Mama sama waka enyina ene se no credit to de bia na mama yaka na abanda da wa besin akono na eniema wodi gu akwam na economic growth no na emu oden pa eno nti no wonim de nti a edom kese no ejina ho ekeka ensem se ye omo aban no na odi economic growth bra Ghana me sa so ekọ ensem fufuro mu dia na me de mani etwremu e wo mrahye bedwafie ho no ma oman photo samfo Dr. Kiso Ato Forsen edi ensembi ababetudwa abusiamu mami famu nkomachi kakra last year no na Ghana ye dollar no na ehri kosro entini na ema yesika no so tetetete pa na March yi bosomi 14th March 14th March ya be ekoni nyina no o kiremu a sisia no yesidi no ene dollar no so ete na emom no entete ne gidigidi se ete se kane no se de na ete kese pa no na ochiremu se eso bete a na 5.7% ena eso bete eno nti no omuguso a ede niama egu akwamu se de be ya yesi di no eno ene ye dollar no enhyeda enhuri enkosoro bebrebe sei ena openi ato ede enchiremu ebaye efaye.
As at March 14, 2025, Right Honorable Speaker, as of March 14, 2025, the Ghana cedi exchange rate, Ghana cedi and dollar exchange rate was 15 cedis 53 pesos to a dollar, and the cedi has depreciated by 5.3% against the US dollar. Mr. Speaker, this compared to 5.7% over the same period in the year 2024, when the cedi dollar exchange rate was 12.6 to the dollar. Mr. Speaker, last year, the same period, the Ghana cedi has depreciated by 5.7 as against the same period 5.3 this year.
Free ora atofos and ensema oditu ejana fe de ni atwemu ewo asoye ehye akwan akwantempo ensem eso penin kwanchofo ono no dasa asoye ano eni ora Joseph Bukari opedi no edensem bi atu ejani nyina ense wono atu abedwokuo na nipa ewo sa abedwokuo no emu eyedumi ensa edin eda wono eso eye interagency committee wobaba ye review and obeye ensakraye ewo road traffic regulations 2021 na say LI 2180 sanya no ebeboa ma won a wokita okada no ana eye fidie tetafo betumi die djuma na wonu etumi enye sika die gu won kotokom na etu da bi so a oye na bi ni esan bi so eba wonu etumi enya bribi kakra edi ejina wotumi enya nento bi edi ejina so na ye nyina ye nim say sa LI a mfimpinum ni eduonu ba ko 2021 penifo de ba ye no eya de na restrict say eye okada fo no ebetumi akọ na afei no wono edi akwakoye ejuma me kire se wobetumi akwakoye register no wodi okada no akwakoye ejuma na enu na mpenifo kire mu se sa bejokuye a wono ati wobaba yensakraye ewo sa LI no emu na afei no wodi hunsem ni na no abrewo eni nti wa mo won na wochemiensa 3 weeks so wo fa yesa inhwehwebu no se ne ebeboa ma okada no etumi afa ne ntimapa no efra wo kire mu se Ghana Mampany His Excellency Ora John Dramani Mahama de adana kuma so ye papa patitiri wo bra na obontoa na wa afia ba besin akwa bato no emu na afi no okenkan oman ne bobre Metro State of the Nation address no so obomodern the sunset no etu eja eninti na wonso no wonu ejina wontumi so no wotumi ede atosa abedwekoi se obetumi aye nsakraye wo road traffic regulations no emu sane ebeboa ma LI 2180 no etumi afa nentima no eframa aboa okada ahyenkafo ye free ensem yiso na ye de ni atwemu ewo akem dia na empanifo ewo honom akasa afa galamsey no ehu openi ata echiremu se galamsey no emwa kura emwa etobre bi kura ye che eye wo mudi sa adwuma ne ye de omu kopie mu ewo po aposifo akachia ensem aya wo mo esanso editwitwa wo mo ho ene se ebia na omo akase omo na momo ba bi ena ya ba ba chi omo anase timamufo no ato omo so sa ebia na omo ahyeda eno mabebo no eno na omo de atwitwa omo ho na omo agya omo na omo de omo anya omo ho omo tiri edidi mu opani ni twemu se galamseyfo no enkebeya sebi yentriti omo sede obi ekum nipa sa treatment na bi ena ewo se yede magalamseyfo no sei ena opani no etwe insemu efai.
So many laws. The actors or the implementers, they will not implement because the security services are there and there are various regulators, and it is their duty when you create the awareness and tell them this is happening, because the problem is that You get people to go and arrest people, then they go and report to the police that you've come to beat them or you've come to steal their good, which was not the reason, but to let them know, do proper mining. Get away from our river bodies. But I believe we were let down by those who are regulators. Of late, some ladies have started doing koli. You have to arrest them. And I see them as terrorists, and they should be handled as such. Because when they destroy our water bodies, I can buy. What about the poor man who cannot buy? And when they cannot buy, they will turn on us. Then you start complaining. Don't complain. Destroy it. Destroy it. I don't believe in going to put it somewhere, then another government will give it back to them.
Galam say ensensem no so na yemfa kase ni nyina emra na wie yes eni abribia menuano eka no enam dua so ena ahoma ehusoro nkofo mu boy ya chiridom Apam Global Outreach Asafo enunti na abribia ye betena efidikase isu a ye hye wo nkran say ewieye bremu o hawo ene sen ena wusu amane ene sen ena wusu say bibi eye wo yonande a ene ye bomode anefa woni etwremu ewo Apam Global Outreach Asafo na ewieye bremu eho enangosra kroje ehie egu nyame emaso enunti bomode ane hwehwe ye twa kwan ewo so utwem rescue junction me pa cho bebia be fa ka bia no bomode ane prompt mate ni anasa driver ni ne se wo hira wo a wo de wonfa wo enko kosi ewo rescue junction obesi wo honom obisafo enwra kwan enunti wo si wo honom ano na wo bisa anasa uyo obi a ompekasa bomode ane frempanifo ewo 0249669993 and answer 054037882 054037882 na empanimfo so ebebo modern anje osuye na oma chechire wo kwan ama waba be kan ye ho ye be hwe wanim se obeba ana ye na enwosra no bi ato egu so aseda PSA enko emfa emma production crew ni nyina same anyone no mokeka ho ena me ankasa me chocho mucho Patrick shout out enko emma no bebi owo bia afei so opani kesi a wote agwemu abribia wo hwe se bibia ebekoyi eye osofo nyameba jesi ono na da romanti ena ye betena efidwemu ha ya no kate se okonfo eyire ye ni kase mu chiame no edi ameje so eye ka chenua na ya sikapa mene
nana ama Fordjour
ye da wase se oka ye ho ewo abefo ntentam fidie no so eye hwemanim krata no eye Facebook mesrawo like na share na comment efama obi a wonte ye nka se ya ene enso so ye de Nsroma Kaseɛbɔ no ebaaye dasene se obo ade amanya me ya adomo kyena enso ye besanso ehia ya kramo